Welcome back. All right, so this series isn't done. It's going back to Edmonton, but Vegas is in a very good position now to win this series. And winning in Vegas is hard. It is not an easy thing to do in the playoffs. Skinner versus Hill in this one. Now I know Skinner started the last game and he won the last game. I still think if I'm game six, if I'm Jay Woodcroft, I roll the dice. I go with Campbell. Again, he's getting paid very well. Campbell can be a very good goaltender, and the Oilers need to do something a little different. So I know other people may not agree with me on that. I'm just throwing that out there. Stevenson's denied. Skinner holds. Early power play for the Oilers. They get in a cycle. Vegas clears it out. They cycle again as fans tell the referee that he sucks. And at 3:02, the Oilers score. It's McDavid from Nugent Hopkins and Hyman. He buries that rebound late in the power play. But Vegas would answer quickly. It's Eichel from Martinez and Marchessault at 3:52. A good shift, good forechecking by Vegas ends up leading to that goal. Goalie interference challenge. Having watched it, I thought that's not going to come back, and it didn't, so it counts. So that's a power play then for Vegas. Marchessault has a shot that's saved. Vegas cycles. Theodore has a shot that's blocked. There's a shorthanded rush by McLeod. That's defended. The power play's killed off. There's a press by Vegas at 7 minutes. The shots are 6-5 in favor of the Golden Knights. 8.5 minutes in, we get a power play then for the Oilers. Draisaitl has a net feed that's held. Howden clears on the next faceoff, and then on a tic-tac-toe play coming into the zone, Hyman scores from Nugent Hopkins and Bouchard at 9:56. A tip in from the side of the net. So that puts the Oilers back in front 2-1, quiets the crowd just a little bit. Vegas then gets a power play, back-to-back clears by the Oilers. Barbashev fires one wide, they cycle. Carlson's denied, it's cleared out, that's killed off. 2:48 left, Vegas goes back to the power play. They cycle, the Oilers block, they clear it out. They kill that off, not even a shot for Vegas during that power play. And after it's done, Theodore's not able to bury one at the net. The Oilers clear it out, and they're leading 2-1 after the first period. Second period, early jump for Vegas. There's a near miss for Barbashev. The Oilers clear. McDavid has a net drive. That's defended. McDavid did everything tonight. Honestly, he's not one of the 3 stars because they're in Vegas. Vegas doesn't like to give one of the 3 stars to the opposing team. But yeah, I thought McDavid did everything he could. So if the Oilers lose this series, I know people are going to say, oh, McDavid's not the greatest in the world. But man, he did everything he could. The Oilers press, but the net gets knocked off during that. The shots on net are 2-0 for Vegas at 3 minutes. Kane has a point shot that's held. Ekholm fires one high as the Oilers press. Janmark to Ceci is a near miss on a 2-on-1. Barbashev is denied on a net drive. Oilers press, they're kept to the outside. Then there's a net feed to Bukestad. That gets picked off. Things get pushy on a hold by Skinner. There wasn't a lot of that tonight, though. It is weird with this series, isn't it? Like I said after the last one, maybe it carries over into Game 5, maybe it doesn't. It didn't. All of that ugliness at the end of Game 4, completely gone out of this one tonight. There was barely any of that after the whistle stuff. There was no scrums at the horn. None of that. This series is weird that way. It's got 2 different personalities. So Kane can't bury one in close. Martinez has a shot that's blocked. The Oilers clear. We get a power play for Vegas. Early clear for the Oilers. And then it's a high stick by Janmark that makes it 1:16 of 5-on-3. I know it's accidental. You got to keep your stick down. It's what I said when I saw the replay. I'm like, you can't have your stick up there. You got to have your stick down. So Vegas cycles. Theodore has a shot that's saved. And then Stone dekes it around Skinner right in front of the net. Eichel and Marchessault with the assists at 14:05. So that's the 5-on-3 goal. And then they score 4-on-4. Takes a Vegas bounce off of McDavid to Riley Smith, who buries it. It's his first of the playoffs. From Barbashev and Carlson at 14:34. And looking at the way that his teammates celebrated him at the bench there, they knew exactly that or exactly how many goals he had or didn't have in these playoffs, and that was his first. So, again, costly high stick by Janmark makes it a 2-2 game, or 3-2 game, I should say, in favor of Vegas, and the momentum has really turned at that point. So, the 11th shot on net ends up being that second goal for Vegas. The Oilers only had 3. And then it gets worse at 15:34. So exactly a minute later, Haig wires it top corner during a press from the point. Little bit of a screen in front. Eichel and Marchessault with the assists at 15:34. That ends the night for Stuart Skinner. In goes Jack Campbell. The Oilers press with 2.5 minutes left. Vegas blocks and clears. And then with 20.9 seconds left, Ekholm was down. It was a scary incident. He's bleeding. And the Oilers are given the power play, and a review confirms that it is a 5-minute major for Kolesar, so he gets 5 in a game. For boarding, I don't know if we're going to get a suspension out of this or not. No idea what Department of Player Safety is going to do. I will say this, keep in mind, when a player gets that game misconduct, they consider that to be sort of like the same as the suspension. So there are times where a player's been suspended because they didn't get the game misconduct, and there's been times where they've said, well, we feel like there was already some in-game discipline and we didn't need to add to it. So we'll see what they say tomorrow, if anything. Because sometimes we just get silence. But after the second period, it is 4-2 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights. So it is a long major to start the third period in favor of the Edmonton Oilers. And I kept thinking, this is probably the series. If the Oilers can't get anything here, this could be the series, right? This could be the momentum swing for Vegas, and then they have a couple of chances. So Ekholm did return for the third period, which is good news. And that may have an effect on whether or not we see a suspension for that boarding as well. Injury does play a role. McDavid misses on a net drive. They cycle. Vegas blocks and clears. The Oilers set up. Kane has a shot that's held. And then McDavid just figures, you know what? I'll just do it myself. Buries his own rebound. Went beast mode to set it up. He scores from Bouchard at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So Vegas cleared. Bouchard gets it to McDavid. It's the easiest primary assist you're going to get is just, 97. Here you go, Mr. Sir. And it's in the net. Cool, I got an assist. McDavid then has a pass that's picked off and cleared because, of course, you're going to try to keep getting it to him. He has 2 power play goals in this game. 3 power play goals for the Oilers overall. They've been perfect to this point. Hyman has a chance that's kicked aside. And Bouchard has a shot that saved the rebounds, cleared the Knights, and Aiden Hill kill the rest of the power play. It was dangerous. It had its opportunities. Just doesn't end up working out. Then we get a power play for Vegas. It's a high stick. And then it's 4 minutes as well. So it felt like this could end the game. This 4-minute power play for Vegas. So they set up. Eichel's shot is held. The Oilers clear on a face-off win. Vegas sets up again. And then it becomes 2 minutes of 4-on-4 with 2:52 left in the double minors. So there's some overlapping penalties in there. McDavid has a shot that's blocked as the Oilers press during the 4-on-4. There's a post for Bouchard. That close to tying it. McDavid has a rush that's defended. And then Marchessault has a shot that's saved and held. Stone, he's denied as Vegas starts getting chances. Everything's killed off, though, in those power plays and all the overlapping, everything, that's all killed off. McDavid steals one from Karlsson on a break. So when people say McDavid doesn't come back and back check, and he doesn't play defense, just show them that highlight. He absolutely does. I'm not saying he'll ever make people forget Patrice Bergeron as a two-way forward, but he absolutely does come back and back check. So a nice play there by McDavid. Also doesn't take a penalty and rushes the other way. Vegas, though, they press with 3 minutes left, which is key because this is where the Oilers are going to want to get the goalie out. Howden has a shot kicked aside. Strong forechecking and puck pressure by Vegas protecting the lead. The goalie would finally get pulled with 1 minute and 50 seconds left. With 1 minute left, the Golden Knights ice the puck, so the Oilers call a timeout. The Oilers had some opportunities. Bouchard has a blast that deflects out. 5.6 seconds left. They just run out of time. Your final score is 4-3 for the Vegas Golden Knights. A lot of power play goals in this game, not a lot of 5-on-5 goals. So tomorrow we can have the discussion again. The Oilers did not score 5-on-5. It is an issue. Your 3 stars, Smith, Eichel, and Marchessault. Shots on net, 15-11 Oilers in the first, 11-8 Vegas in the second, 11-9 Oilers in the third. Final shots, 34-31 for the Oilers. Power plays, Edmonton 3 for 4, Vegas 2 for 7. The hits were 24-24. Skinner saves 18 out of 22. Campbell is perfect in relief, saved all 9 shots. And Hill saved 31 out of 34. I have said for years, Aiden Hill should be an NHL goaltender. And I think the way Aiden Hill has played this year has proven that, yeah, he's definitely an NHL goaltender. I've argued that all the way back to when he made his debut with the Arizona Coyotes. The weird thing with Hill, his AHL stats, middling to poor at times, and yet in the NHL, he's a good goalie, and Vegas fans are seeing that firsthand. So Brossoit gets injured, and Hill hasn't missed a beat since going in. You would think there's no pressure on him. There is pressure on him, but he's playing like there isn't. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.